Okay, so today we are going to be mixing colors. For this, I just need 3 crayons, only 3. I need red, I need yellow, and I need blue. And I'm going to show you how to use these 3 colors to mix to make different colors. First, I am going to take my lightest color, which is the yellow, and I'm going to make a circle right here near the top of my page. And when I do that, I'm going to try to go evenly. So if you can see that, so there's not a lot of white spaces in there. And it can be a circle or it can be sort of an oval, like I did right here. But we just want to make sure that we're going evenly, so even if it's not a perfect circle or a perfect oval, we've covered in all the white spaces. Then I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to make it a blue circle right down here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make kind of an oval, kind of a circle. It doesn't need to be perfectly shaped, but you should do a good job of filling in the white spaces. So don't just do a quick scribble and leave a lot of white space inside there. And last, I'm going to take my red and I'm going to make this over here. Now it's kind of in a triangle shape. We're not going to make them right next to each other. We need to leave space in between because we're going to be putting things there. So don't put them too close. Leave a space there for other bubbles. And you can see right now, if you look at this, see there's a lot of like little teeny white spaces. Make sure that you go back in and color those over. I think people, especially students, but also some adults, think that crayons are really something that's easy to use. They're something that kids use a lot, but coloring with crayons can actually take a really long time if you're going slowly and carefully and paying attention to what you're doing. There we go, that looks pretty good. Okay, next I am going to add some colors in between that are going to be mixtures of these 2 colors. So right now we have 3 colors here. We have yellow, blue, and red. Those are actually our primary colors, if you remember from us talking about the color wheel. Primary colors means that they're primary. We can't mix other colors together to make them. So if I want to make something yellow, I just need a yellow crayon or I just need yellow paint. I can't mix 2 colors together to create yellow. I just have to have it. Same with red and blue. But next, I am going to start mixing these colors together to make different colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is go right here. I'm going to be mixing yellow and blue together to make a different color. And whenever I mix 2 colors together, I start with the lighter color first. And the lighter color between yellow and blue is yellow. So I'm going to make another circle here. And I am trying to go pretty quickly so this video isn't too long, but if you need to pause this video so that you can do this at the same time with me, you can. Also because I'm going quickly, I don't know, I feel like this is maybe a little sloppier, a little messier than I normally would do, but I'm going quickly so that you are not sitting through a very long video to learn what we are doing today. So now I have the yellow. I made sure that all my white spaces are kind of filled in as closely as I can. With lighter colors, it's always a little difficult because lighter colors are closer to white, so sometimes you might miss a spot here or there, but hopefully I got them. Then, because this is between yellow and blue, I'm going to layer blue on top of it. And you'll see as I'm doing it that when we mix these 2 colors together, all of a sudden you get a new color. It doesn't look like yellow exactly, and it doesn't look like blue exactly. It looks like, hopefully, green. So you can see it's starting to now. Sometimes, if I'm working with crayons, depending on the kind of crayons I'm working with, because there are different types of crayons, Sometimes I'll even go back over again with yellow to kind of really make sure that these colors are blended together. But you can see that looks kind of green. And actually in this case, I am going to go back over with yellow, kind of smooth it out. And you can see how that works. A lot of times people think that you can only mix with like paints, but that's actually not true. You can mix with crayons and all the colored pencils and a lot of different materials you can mix together to make new colors. All right. I don't know if that's my best work because I'm going so quickly today, but I would say it's pretty good, and it's definitely green. Next, I'm going to go down here, I'm going to mix blue and red, and I'm going to make a circle right here that's a mixture of blue and red. Now, between blue and red, I actually think red is lighter, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with red. I'm going to make a red circle or oval right down here. Again, I'm going quickly, but I'm making sure that I do have all my white space covered. Okay. Then I'm going to take my blue. I'm going to go over it. And you can probably see it's making a color that is no longer blue or red. If you mix blue and red together, you get the color violet, or most kids know it as purple. So if you mix these two together, you get a new color. And I actually, just like I did with this one, like to go back over it again with red, and I might go back over it again with blue to kind of smooth it out and make the color a little bit more evenly mixed. Just make it look a little bit more smooth. And you can do that too if you want, so you can go back over again with red and blue until you get a nice even color, and it looks pretty good. Then our last one, we are going to mix red and yellow together, and we're going to do it in between the red and yellow. Between these two, the yellow is the lighter color, so I'm going to put the yellow down first. There we go. And then I am going to go over it with the red. And when you mix these together, some of you might already know this if you tried to do this before, you get an orange. And if you're me, once I do that one time, I'll want to go back over it again with the yellow, and maybe even again one more time with the red. I kind of like to mix colors slowly adding little bits of color until I get the right color, because you add color, and once you add a lot of color, especially with crayons or with some types of paint, once you do it, it's done. You can't go back and erase it. So I like to go slowly, adding little bits of color, kind of lightly pressing, I guess, when I'm coloring, because crayon is not a thing you can erase. And sometimes you'll find when you're mixing colors, one color, like with red and yellow, red is a lot stronger and darker than the yellow. So if you are mixing it, you need to add less red and more yellow for things to get like an orange sometimes. So you can see, there you go. So now we have really a pretty basic color wheel. If you remember from the color wheel, we have yellow, blue, and red, which are our primary colors. And now we have also green, violet, and orange, which are called secondary colors. And they're called secondary colors because you get them by mixing second two colors together. Kind of like when you're in second grade, you're in grade 2. When you mix two colors together, you make a secondary color, which is green, violet, or orange. So you're going to be holding on to this for tomorrow because we're going to be adding something to it. So take your time, go really slow, make sure that you do a good job of mixing. Hopefully be a little bit neater than I am. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna add some things to this to turn our color wheel into a really great piece of art. All right, goodbye.